I'm getting ready for recording this.
We should wear one each to match.
Yes. Like, hey, do you want to see some new shoes that I got?
I got the same one. We got the same
Yeah.
boots. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Quarter Life Chapters.
Woo!
I'm Elena.
And I'm Anushka, and we are so glad to have you join us for another episode.
Yeah, our last ever episode of the season.
Yeah, can you believe it that we are actually here?
Yeah, we've come
made
so
it.
far.
Made it. And you know, something really exciting that we got up to was finding these boots today.
I know.
And therefore we both decided to wear one pair each.
No, like one each.
One each actually of the same pair.
Yeah, we got one pair, but we're sharing it.
We're sharing it just like we're sharing our brain cells for this episode.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. We got these boots. Well, Annie got these boots for $10, and I was
I
like,
know.
we should share them for this.
Yeah,
episode.
absolutely.
Dude, the lady was literally like, "I'm selling them for $10 to $20.
Literally, you picked this.
You pick the price."
You pick the price, and I'm like, sure, I'll give you $10.
Yeah, like.
I did end up giving her 15 actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I
that's
felt
nice.
like, you know, like I don't want to just like lowball her like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Besides, she looked really cute with the boots that she had on. She had the similar ones on. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are actually pretty nice. I'm very happy to make this
They're
purchase.
so comfortable.
Right?
Yeah.
No, that's just like. Welcome back to our last episode for the season. It's almost surreal that we are actually here because I think when we started 3 months,
3 months ago.
3 months ago, we did not think the way how this was gonna, you know, transform and get to where it is right now. So this has been a very interesting experience for sure.
Yeah.
Doing this, and yeah, so for this episode, what are we talking about for this episode, Al?
We are just talking about our poddy.
Yeah, today we literally just talk about this podcast.
Yeah, we'll talk about our experiences, not in our 20s, but
doing
poddy.
this podcast and like things that we learned, things that we now know about doing things like this. Oh, I've said things like 3 times. But yeah, just like everything that we learned while we did this podcast, things that we can improve upon.
Yeah.
More the technical aspect of it, the non-technical aspect of it, and I don't know, everything. I don't know, it's just like
Everything.
kind of fun, yeah. So, Elle, what has been the thing that you have learned through this experience?
Ooh.
Yeah, what have you learned?
What
About-
have I learned?
And this can be about yourself, about the
Okay.
world, about the podcast, or whatever.
I've learned how to set up my house to look like a studio.
What?
Like, bro, I didn't know these curtains were great. Like, okay,
You didn't know the curtains were gonna be like that.
It's the outside, bro.
I know. Sneak peek. You get to see this for a change.
Yeah. I also learned to like edit a poddy pretty quickly.
Mhm.
I'm just like in the zone, headphones in, and I just like edit. I think the most important thing is I feel like I'm more confident in talking.
Yeah.
Like, I know we're like self-proclaimed yappers, but sometimes I'm like, when the camera is there, I feel a bit self-conscious.
Yeah. You're not sure what to say.
Yeah.
But I
so-
would say that has been for me as well. Like just getting more confident in talking to a camera and to people as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think already talk about so much random stuff here. So it's
Yeah.
like when I'm talking to people in real life, it's just like there's no filter
Yeah.
and stuff that just comes out, and I don't think twice about it. Just how I
Yeah.
say it here and I forget about it. Same stuff. So I really like that. That's a thing.
And then another thing I realized is now in episode 10, like looking back at our prologue, we were just watching our prologue
Yeah.
episode like just now.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, we've grown so much.
Yeah, we have. Because I think in the previous episode we were like kind of timid, kind of quiet, but over here we just like let it all out. You know,
Let it
just
all
say
out.
whatever.
Yeah, so I'm happy about that. What
Yeah.
about you? Did we miss anything?
I'd say I really started appreciating the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Like I really do enjoy like editing, and when I get to it,
Yeah.
because I have been slacking off with editing. I've not been slacking. Okay, the week has been ridiculously busy, but I could have planned this better. There should have been some better time management skills involved. However, yeah, but I really do enjoy the editing aspect of it, the behind the scenes, just like, you know, just like looking at us yap and stuff, and just seeing that growth, because I think editing the first few episodes and now editing like episode 6, 7, you can actually see like how much easier it's gotten for us to talk and just like flow with the topics. I would say one thing that I'm really proud about is our topic selection. And I think there have been some really good topics. Like we've talked about work, social media, being a woman, and like all these important things. How to handle bullshit, how to be your best version, how to have good friendships. I think all the topics that came up were like really like in depth.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy about the way I brainstormed those and everything.
Yeah, I want to add on to when you said the behind the scenes. I feel like the people who do logistics when it comes to like event planning.
Oh my god, yes.
Dude, you don't know how much effort
Goes
they
behind.
put in. Yeah, goes behind event planning. Because when you attend events, you just think like, oh, like yeah, it's easy to set up, blah blah blah.
But it's really not. Like it takes so much planning and talking to other people and like getting things sorted out and getting this, because everyone handles different aspect of it.
I think another thing that I want to point out is I'm really glad that we're really consistent.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
We meet up every Sunday to record, and we have like a set post schedule.
We've been keeping each other accountable.
Yeah.
And sort of we like take this seriously.
Yeah.
And I think I was telling Elle about the stats of podcasting.
True, yeah.
Which is like, and I'm not sure about the numbers if this is exactly the correct ones, but it's around these numbers, which is like 90% of the people who actually start podcasts go further than episode 3. And then if you have made around 21 episodes, then you're already in like the top 2% of the people making podcasts. So technically, given the fact that we have completed our first season and we have made at least 10 episodes, it gives me good hope.
Yeah.
To see where we are going. Like we are definitely on that upward trajectory, because the goal is to be in that top 2%.
Yes. But yeah, like I'm really excited because I don't know if I mentioned this in the previous episodes, but I'm the kind of person who gets bored easily.
Okay.
So that's why I've got like a bunch of hobbies. So the fact that I've been consistent with this is like something to be proud of. Like, good job.
Dude, absolutely. Because for me as well, because I started a previous podcast and it's I've done 5 episodes, okay? And that was like 6 months ago. so that one is been on a break for a while. However, seeing that I have actually finished this one and gone through from the beginning to the end, it gives me hope that you know what, I can probably finish the other one as well. Yeah. So yeah, it makes me feel hopeful about the future, hopeful about our own abilities towards doing things. Yeah. I also feel like it is good for your career. You can always put this in your resume.
True.
I actually have.
You have?
Yeah, it's actually in my resume.
I put it in my cover letter, being like, by the way, like,
I also do this on the side.
I have like a little side
hustle going on. Yeah, I have a section in my resume which is like other achievements or like other stuff, which is like host of the Quarter Life Chapters podcast, and then I have it linked as well in case they wanna see what I'm talking about. Yeah. So it's been good in that case, because that is definitely something that, because when I started my new job, I had just started the previous podcast, so I actually put it on there.
Okay.
And then in my interview we talked about that for 15-20 minutes.
Oh, cute.
And it gave me so much content around to play with, because I could talk about my passions, I could talk about my future plans and everything. So it like it gave the other person who was hiring me a lot to see. So I think in a way that it can really help you out with your career plans, or like especially if you want to go towards media or media industries and stuff. Yeah,
I think it's so important to have something to talk about on your resume, because when I got this job, me and this interviewer, we talked about making coffee for like a good 15-20 minutes.
Oh really?
It's literally just coffee machines, coffee beans, frothing your milk, right?
Do you ever get captured in one of those conversations where both of you probably don't know each other and you're talking about some random abstract thing, like I don't know why the sun rises in the east or some shit like that, or I don't know why, something random, and then you're just like talking about it and both of you are like, why are we talking about this? Why is this conversation still going? It's been 15 minutes. I feel like if you've done anything creative or like something that's different and out there, just put it on your resume. It doesn't have to be a podcast. It can also be like if you play music or have a channel, like a YouTube channel for music or something. Yeah, just put it, because I think this shows like a sense of
personality.
Also the fact that you will take initiative to do things, and I think telling this to my colleague the other day as well, that there are a lot of ideas people in the world, but there are a lot of execution like not a lot of people who execute it. So I think getting from that ideas person to being an execution person is like a big growth.
I mean, you got free will, so
do whatever you want, just live your life.
Another thing that I want to talk about is I feel like our episode has got a really positive tone, and I forget that there are some people that might not agree with like the way our outlook in life is just like, it's not that deep, or like just do it.
Yeah, things will get better. We think about things in a very optimistic way, I would say, for the longest time. Yeah. But a lot of people kind of maybe they don't resonate with this content because sometimes I guess you need to be in a certain headspace to even understand. I think that's a very good point that you brought up because it's true. Like, just because we think that we are creating something really good and we are creating something that should technically reach people and make them feel empowered, somebody else might not be interested in consuming this type of content. Realizing that no matter how good your content is, the people can be different.
So still on the topic of what we learned.
Yeah, I mean, we learned a lot. We've learned so much.
Yeah, I think like from the outside, people are like, oh, another episode just posted. But for us, it's like research.
Exactly.
Like writing our script and setting up, like, make sure the lighting is fine. And like, make sure Annie remembers a tripod.
Because one time that did happen, but I did not bring my tripod.
Yeah.
I had to use some books. But yeah, exactly. Discussing about the topics, planning it all out, setting up everything,
Do you think this podcast has lived up to your expectations?
That's a very good question. Not like I joke like you can ask me that question. But I would say yes. I think when we started this podcast, I was not sure what we were like going into.
Yeah.
Because we obviously had like a rough idea of what we wanted to do, but I didn't really know what was gonna happen until I think episode 4 or 5 when we recorded, not like when it came out, but until like maybe the 3rd or the 4th Sunday when we hung out and we decided, oh, this is the way we want our podcast to go, and this is the kind of like this is how we want to be, and this is how we want our audience to take it. So I think in that regard, we have definitely kept it up to the way how we wanted it to be. I like that this podcast hasn't just been all written out. I really enjoy the stuff we make because I listen to it as well. Right? Yeah. I will find myself listening to this podcast and actually really enjoying it. So I think we have done the job, and the expectations that I had for our podcast has been met. Yeah. What about you?
I think it has. I feel like it almost exceeded my expectations.
Ooh, okay.
Because, like we said, like we've learned so much in this. We've learned so much in this poddy, like the personal growth, but also the stuff that we research before we talk about stuff.
True. So we are like more knowledgeable about things that are happening around us.
Yeah.
About the topics we talk about.
Yeah. And then, also another thing that I want to add, it exceeded my expectations because, like, I don't know, when Annie came to me and was like, hey, do you want to start a podcast together? My brain didn't put 2 and 2 together, being like, oh, if I spend more time with Annie, I will be friendly friends with her.
Oh yeah.
And like, dude, for the past 3 months we've been hanging out like every weekend.
Yeah, truly.
And we've grown so much closer
yeah.
together.
I would very much agree because I think before that we were friends, but like I think now I know you and trust you in like a whole different way than I used to. Like I feel so connected with you. And like yes, I really appreciate that. This has made us closer, and we've got into so many fun stuff. Because there have been Sundays where we have not like recorded and it's just hung out, and that has been really fun as well. So I really appreciate how it has kind of gotten us closer together.
Yeah.
Okay, a question for you now.
Oh.
Okay, so I guess given that we have done 10 episodes now, all the topics have been different and interesting and all that, what would you say our audiences should sort of take home with themselves? Like what are some of the main aspects, like the Venn diagram? You know how we talk about Venn diagram?
Yeah.
So what is this common stuff
The
between
common Venn diagram, like the theme of our poddy.
Yeah.
So we have repeated a bunch of different phrases.
Yeah.
So there's like the self-awareness.
Yes.
Like you have to have self-awareness.
You need to
grow.
check yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be like, why am I doing this? Why is this happening?
And actually put in the effort.
Yeah.
Because I was just talking to Annie the other day. Oh no, like
this
today. This morning. I don't know, what was I saying? I said like I had something.
You had the self-awareness for it.
Yeah, I have the self-awareness for it, but okay. So I get anxious when it comes to like exams.
Oh yeah,
and
under
like,
pressure.
Yeah. So when you put me under pressure, I cannot do well. Like even when I'm at work and if someone like standing behind me, I cannot work fine. Like I misspell my words.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't deal with the pressure. So I've got the self-awareness, but like I don't know how to like
overcome
change
it. Yeah, change it.
Because we're talking about swimming and
yeah. Because you were like, you didn't participate in contests just because of that aspect. Yeah.
Having the self-awareness and acting
on it. Yeah. So I think that's one of the bigger Venn diagrammy topic.
Yes.
I think secondly would be finding the balance in everything that you
Yes.
do. So just trying to, because again, I think we talked about in the whole podcast as well how you're not always gonna be happy, how sometimes life is gonna test you, and you will have people in your life who are gonna test you, but you need to find that self-reflection first, and then after you reflect about it, you need to find a balance where you are keeping yourself safe and protected while also not like completely isolating, right?
Yeah.
So I think finding that balance between everything in your life is the second biggest thing that you could do. And something that I think we really promoted in this podcast a lot. Finding that sense of balance.
Yeah, just like everything, when you go to the gym, like you can't go to the gym all the time. You gotta like also have fun and like still make time for friends.
Yeah, like put in effort into things that like bring you peace and happiness and joy, but not too much, because you need to have that balance in like everything that you do.
Work-life balance and all that.
Yeah, like sometimes you need to understand that maybe some days you just need for yourself, and then some days you can actually put yourself out there and go out and chill. So balance would be the second. Self-reflection, balance. What else? It's not that deep.
It's not that deep.
It is not that deep.
It's not that deep. We're on this floating rock.
Yes, literally middle of nowhere. You have no idea what's happening. Like, nobody knows anything.
Nobody knows exactly what they want.
Yes, we are all just figuring it out as we go. So it is just not that deep. Don't take it to your heart. Don't take it personally. If it's hurting you, just cut it out of your life. Don't think too much about it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just not that deep.
It's just not that deep.
I think another one would be living in the present. Not living in the past. Not living in the future.
Not living inside your phone.
Not living inside your phone. Not living in someone else's life.
Yeah.
Like just living in the present moment that you are at. And that could mean, I think you can refer to like all the other previous episodes to know what that means.
Yeah.
But living in the present, enjoying the moment. If you choose to be happy, then you will be happy. If you choose to be sad, then you will be sad. If you look for sadness, then that's what you're gonna find.
Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure we've said it in our previous episodes before, but you gotta project positive stuff to receive
that stuff. It's like what the frequency or like the vibration that you operate on is sort of the vibration you're gonna receive from the universe as well.
Yeah.
So if you're operating on the vibration that, oh my god, everything sucks, I hate everything, that's what you're gonna receive.
Yeah.
But if you're thinking that, no, you know what, I deserve this, and I'm gonna get this job, I'm gonna get this boy, I'm gonna get whatever, then you might. You might.
Yeah, I think last but not least, knowing your worth.
Know your worth, and then add tax.
And then add tax.
Yeah.
It took me a while to like.
You're like, tax season? Have I done my taxes?
Yeah, like you gotta know that you deserve
whatever is coming to you, baby girl. I mean, good stuff.
Good stuff.
Like, if you feel like you're receiving blessings in your life and you are feeling, why am I happy? This doesn't feel okay, because maybe you've been struggling or something, and now you're unable to receive that happiness.
Right.
So that is you blocking your own, happiness. So you know your worth because you deserve that happiness. It wouldn't come to you if you did not deserve it. I think I read somewhere that it said people who worry about, oh, is this where I'm supposed to be? I should be somewhere else. To them, I have to, like, if you were supposed to be somewhere else, you would be there.
True.
True. But if you are here because you are meant to be here, so just take that as like, this is where I'm at. This is my jam, and know your worth.
Know your worth.
Yeah.
But also again, have that balance. Don't like know your worth to the point where you're like, I'm the shit. My ego is this high.
Not to the point of narcissism.
Yes.
Maybe then you can be like, maybe you should like not know your worth
and then you gotta go back to self-awareness.
Yes.
Like, are you a narcissist?
See, all of these things can like be interwoven. Yeah,
they are.
Oh, yeah, that's great. And then when you feel like too much, like, oh my god, am I thinking too much? What's happening? It's not that deep. Living in the present. Yeah, so I think these were definitely like some of the main topics that we wanted to tell our audience. Because a lot of our other topics can, like, these are the pillar, and everything else can be based on top of it. But these are your foundations. So hopefully that has been translated, and I think we found it out while doing the episodes as well,
Yeah.
that these are like the common threads throughout everything. So it was a good experience for us to not just speak about it, but also learn it ourselves. That no, you know what, that's true. You know, like the stuff we are telling you guys is what now we are learning too. So that's been good.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about some stats.
Stats.
So Elle, tell me.
Let me pull out my iPad.
Skirt. I love that the top episode has been get to know your hosts.
Yes.
Because that was a fully unscripted on the moment.
So our top place is episode 3, Get to Know Your Host.
Oh.
And honestly, it is my favorite.
It is my favorite episode. Well. It was so much fun recording it as well.
Yeah.
We have a little video for it, which I have found now.
Yes.
Yes, thank God. We'll probably put it on YouTube among other things that eventually we're going to start posting more stuff. Lati Patti story wasn't there as well.
True. And my down bad story.
Oh yeah, true. That was there as well.
Holy crap. I like that. So here's the fun stuff, okay? Wait, the fun analytics.
Analytics.
Analytics or analytics?
Analytics, I think.
Okay.
Let us just confirm.
We are looking at how to pronounce this word, as well as how to say more interesting but often confusing vocabulary in English that many mispronounce, so make sure to stay tuned to the channel if you enjoy learning about it. In British English, it is said as analytics. Stress on that li syllable. Analytics. In American English, however, it is usually said as analytics. Analytics in American English, or analytics in British English. And now,
Analytics.
Analytics.
I'm going to show you the analytics
Yeah.
of our poddy. Okay, so this is not super accurate because we've only got episodes 1 to 6 plus the prologue. So this
on
is
the
like,
platform right now, everything else is still got to be cut out.
So we've got geographic location. Australia 82%.
Thanks, Australia.
Thanks, Australia. It makes sense because a lot of our friends are here.
Yeah, I mean we live in Australia, so it makes sense in that case.
What we do?
Yeah, no, we live in Down Under actually.
Oh yeah, well, upside down.
Yeah, true. We live in Kangaroo Land.
We do. We literally have kangaroos outside.
Yeah.
Being around.
You see them, right?
Yeah. Okay, so number 2 is actually United States.
That is so strange because I've got a few friends there.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a few friends there actually. So
okay.
well, they didn't reach out to me.
They didn't reach out to, like, none of them reached out to
Yeah, they didn't say, but I guess they listen.
7% United States.
That's a good number.
That's a good number.
That's a
yeah.
Great number. What the hell? Okay.
We've
Thanks, USA.
Thanks, man.
We like you.
I like you. Pew pew.
Pew pew.
The eagle noise. And then coming on 3rd place, Malaysia.
Let's go.
The land where I was from.
The land where you was from? Are you not from Malaysia anymore?
No, now I'm from here.
You're an Aussie girl now.
I'm an Aussie girl. And then that's 4%. And then next we got India.
Woo! Where are my Indians at?
Where my Indians at?
What percentage is that?
That's 2%.
Okay. Oh, so we've got more listeners in Malaysia than India.
Yeah, I can actually check which part of India.
Which makes sense.
Any of these states look familiar to you?
Interesting. So West Bengal is where I went to school.
Oh,
so I was
probably your friends.
Most of my school friends. Karnataka and Maharashtra are probably people who I sort of met, but like I'm not in contact with anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, that's interesting.
Cute.
Yeah.
And then we got 5th place, Singapore. 2% as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who I don't know anyone in Singapore except for like one of our common friends, but even she lives here. So who is in Singapore?
I don't know.
Who are these people?
Yeah.
Oh, we've got some new unknown people who are not our friends. Thank you guys.
Dude, also shout out to all the people who has been listening to us from episode 1 to
Yes.
episode 10. Like,
Oh my god.
bro, massive shout out. Like, please DM us if
Yes.
you have listened to every single episode, because I would want to know who you are.
Yeah, I feel like I already know who one of them is.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the rest is just like really random countries where like I don't think we have any connections to. We got Poland, we got Russia, we got New Zealand,
Okay.
we got the UK.
That is so random.
And platforms we got like 78% Spotify, Apple Podcast 17%, web browser. Who's using web
Yeah,
browser?
exactly.
But 4.3%.
Well,
So-
thanks for streaming us through the web as well, guys. We do
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Devices. We can also tell which devices are you tuning in on.
like we can also tell which devices you're tuning off on. Off on.
So we've got iPhone, no.
No.
Okay, and then we got Windows, 8.6%,
Okay.
Android 8.5%, and Mac 6.4%.
I'm kind of surprised. So what does it mean? I thought devices, as in Windows, as in the computer.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Then we've got gender. Last few months when I checked this, we've got more male listeners,
Mm-hmm.
but now we've got 54% female.
Oh.
Yeah,
I wonder if this happened because we released the women episode.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I had a male friend tell me that he tuned into the women episode, obviously, but like getting halfway, like the first 10-15 minutes into it, he was like, I don't know what this girl's talking about.
Yeah,
Like he
fair.
didn't resonate with it, so I can understand that he kind of like he,
That's fair.
yeah. But previously we had like more male.
More male.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Why is he liking it?
yeah, 37.8% male, and 8.1% non-binary. We love that.
Ooh, we love that.
We love that. That's all the stats we've got for you.
Damn. I do want to say this. Thank you, guys, for tuning into our podcast from wherever you tune into, whoever you are.
Yeah.
This has actually been such an interesting experience for us, and to like have you come join us in our journey
Yeah.
and share this with us. You know, it's been lovely, and we really want to thank you guys for tuning into our episode.
Yeah. Whoever who listened to our first podcast,
Yeah.
all the way up to episode 10, if
Yeah.
you're here today, please send us a DM.
Yes, at this point it has gotten to a place where we do have a little community of people who check in, who listen in. So we would really
Yeah.
want to know what you thought about it. What are some of the things that you would want to see? You know, like if there's any specific topic that resonated with you, if there's anything specific that you want us to dig deeper, or anything as such. Like we would really love to hear what you have to say, and we
Yeah.
appreciate that.
I really like it when I get little messages being like, "Hey, I'm listening to your podcast right now."
Yeah.
It's always so sweet.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you listen to this. I love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are so appreciative of you
Yeah.
guys in that case. Another person that I want to thank is my co-host, Elena. You have been literally the best co-host. I am so happy that I got to do this podcast with you.
Dude.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
This is the best thing.
I want to thank you so much as well for bringing this idea to life.
Oh.
And honestly, like I wouldn't have done it with anybody else.
You know what? I wouldn't have done it with anybody else
Yeah.
either. And I'm so happy for keeping me consistent and, making me
Yeah.
get out of my bed when I refuse to. Because of this, we have gotten so much closer,
We have.
and
yeah.
I'm so grateful for that.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Dude, this episode, like after hanging out like every weekend for the past like 3-4 months,
Yeah,
like we have definitely grown
we
closer.
have. Yeah, we are more than just friends now.
Ooh.
We are besties.
Whoa, besties.
Elsa, do you want to give them a bit of a sprinkle as to what's to
Oh,
come?
okay. So I know this is the last episode of the season. Sad, cry, don't cry yet. You know,
Don't cry yet.
because we are announcing season 2.
Woo! Let's go!
Let's go. Let's get this.
Yeah, so obviously we are still in the process of planning stuff out, but there is going to be a season 2,
Yeah.
and it's going to be exciting. I
It's
mean,
gonna be next. Yeah, it's gonna be next year.
yeah.
But we're saying this also to hold ourselves accountable that we have to have.
Yeah,
a
we
season
have to
2.
do it. This is not like the end all of everything.
Yeah.
Because, we've gone so far. We need to keep going further. For now, we are going to take a little break because we have worked pretty hard over the last few months.
We'll take a little break, and I think it will come probably like mid 2025.
Yeah, but obviously we'll post the details. You'll know in our socials, which reminds me, please follow us.
Yes.
Yes.
I was about to say.
Exactly, follow us everywhere so you know when this is coming. And again, guys, like literally so grateful
Yeah.
to have you come join us in our journey, and we will see you guys next year.
We'll see you next year. Bye.
Bye. Okay, I think that was good. We didn't press play. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.